Science 14, Unit B, Energy Transfer Technologies. In this unit, we will look at the physics of energy. Firefighting, for example, has a lot to do with physics and energy. To protect against intense heat, firefighters wear clothing with materials that prevent heat transfer. When flames are sprayed with water, the water absorbs heat as it becomes water vapor. Fire ladders against the side of a building are an example of an inclined plane, and fire axes are levers. Both of these simple machines involve energy transfers. The nature of heat. Why do you rub your hands together when it is cold and you don't have gloves on? When two surfaces are rubbed together, the parts that touch resist the movement. This is friction. In the late 1700s, Count Rumford was an engineer-scientist hired to manufacture cannons. He observed that heat was produced when metal cut metal, when a cannon was bored out with a drill. This heat produced is a result of the friction between the surfaces. Brownian motion. During the 1800s, Robert Brown used a microscope to observe pollen grains in a drop of water. Even though the microscope was still, the pollen grains were in continual motion. As he increased the temperature of the water, the jiggling motion of the pollen increased. This jiggling motion is now called Brownian motion. Brown realized that the water was composed of tiny invisible particles in constant vibrating motion. The motion of pollen grains was caused by collisions with unseen particles. We now know that these unseen particles are atoms and molecules. We also know that temperature is a measure of the average moving energy of those particles. All substances are made of particles that are in constant motion. The amount of motion depends on the state and the temperature of the substance. The temperature at which all of this motion stops is called absolute zero. Absolute zero, or 0 Kelvin, is minus 273.15 degrees centigrade.